a message from Instagram that it's paused due to poor connection. And then they're telling me, we're telling your followers that you started a live video. So let me see what Instagram ends up doing. I think I'm going to turn it off on Instagram for now. Yeah, I'm just having some technical videos. Okay, let's try this again. Let's see what happens. Good morning, and it's still telling me the same thing. So I'll give this a few minutes, and then if it doesn't, let's see what happens. It's saying it's reconnecting. If you're on my YouTube live, if you don't comment, I can't see you. And I'll see what happens here on Instagram. Good morning. Is it SPI? What do people call you? Now, Instagram is still giving me the message that there's a poor connection. And I may end that. I'll see what happens. I may end that. I'm going to go over to TikTok and go live over there.
Have you exercised today? No.
Yeah, just having some connection issues. I'm just going to go start over on TikTok. I'm not sure what's going on with Instagram. So if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. And I'm having some technical difficulties. And maybe I'll try Instagram again tomorrow. But if you're jumping on, if you're on my YouTube live stream, if you don't say anything, I can't shout you out. If you're on TikTok, TikTok is inviting people. Let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. Good morning, Mark, if you're jumping on. Yeah. Okay. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Bobby. Good morning, Let Me McLaughlin. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Hafiz. Good morning, Jen. Good morning. Is it Hassan? If you're jumping off, I'm not saying your name correctly. I apologize. am having some technical difficulties. And if the live stream gets cut off, if you were on my live stream on Monday on TikTok, I did get blocked by TikTok. So we'll see who comes on. I was trying to live stream over to on Instagram, but I was getting Instagram was telling me that there was no connection. But anyway, we'll go with this. If you're coming on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. If anybody wants to, and most people don't even want to say where you're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. I live at 40 or 50 minutes outside the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. I've been doing this, actually, it was 14 years in September. I haven't worked a job in over 9. I started doing this, and it was 14 years ago in August that I lost my job. I couldn't find another job. So I somehow I knew people were making money on the internet. I think it was God telling me, good morning, is it TSH? Good morning, Moon. Good morning, B Ma. What do people call you? I think it was God telling me. I went to Google. I searched make money online. Good morning, baby. And I bought a website. They sent me a PDF with how to set up pay-per-click ads. I spent a year and $3,000 setting up pay-per-click ads, sending traffic to a replicated website, which you never want to do. And I didn't make any money. Good morning, Sai Agnew. What do people call you? You need a mentor, you need training, you need a system. Good morning, Francie. If you're sending traffic to something like a replicated website, or a sales page or just a website with information on the page. You don't want to do that because you only have one opportunity to talk to the person and then they're gone. And I do believe most of you are on here either you're looking for a way to make money from home or you've been trying and you're not getting the results that you want. So yeah, I'm just having that and this kind of stuff when you're working online, this kind of stuff will happen, that you have technical difficulties, because I was trying to live stream on my Instagram account. I'm gonna try it again. And I did live stream I did live stream a day or two ago, and now today for whatever reason I'm getting messages from Instagram that paused due to poor connection, and then they're sending me another message that they're sending to followers. I'm not sure what it is with that. And if you're working online, you're going to have stuff like this happen. And it was about 2 weeks ago, on October 19th, 20th, my wireless router died, so I couldn't get online on my computer at all. And that's how I'm live streaming on YouTube. So I wasn't on here. And now today, I've been trying to get live stream on Instagram, and Instagram is telling me pause due to poor connection. And then below it, I'm not sure what I if it's just Instagram or what, because I have live streamed a couple other days. I did live stream. I didn't have any issue because right below that it says we're telling your followers that you're starting a live video. So it may just be something with Instagram today. I'm not sure, but I've been live streaming on. Okay, they just took it off. It does when you're live streaming on Instagram or TikTok, it does do that. It sends notifications out to your followers. And now, good morning, Loretta. Instagram is telling me that they're telling my followers, good morning, Zakiko. Good morning, Mega Powers. Good morning, JRLF. Good morning, Jay Dewey. And the way Instagram brings people on, it doesn't say every individual. It does group people in. Good morning, Marilyn. Good morning, Edward. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Mags Up. Good morning, Scoffy. Good morning, Sweet Life. Good morning, Renaissance. Good morning, Sturdy Sean. Good morning, Andrew. Good morning, JRLF. Good morning, Matthew. Good morning, Andrio. Good morning, Solomon. Good morning, John. Good morning, Trina. Good morning, Marluce. Good morning, Pandora. Anybody want to share where you're coming in from? Good morning, Mike. I live on the East Coast of the United States. I'm about 40 or 50 minutes outside the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Where are you coming in from? Why are you on social media? I'm on social media because I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. I started doing this. Oh, you're from Iceland. Okay. Georgia. I mean, I do get people from all over the world on these. In fact, I had two people on my live streams on TikTok in the last couple of weeks from Ethiopia. New Braunfels, Texas. Good morning, Edward. Good morning, Marluce. You're California. Good morning, Brinkley. You're from Nashville, Tennessee. Good morning, McCollin. Good morning, NB Gast. You're from Cape Town, South Africa. Thank you, Solomon. I've been doing this for actually, good morning, Bobby. It was 14 years in September. I haven't worked a job in over 9 years. I started doing this. Actually, it was 14 years ago in August. I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. Somehow I knew people are making money on the internet. I think it was God telling me that. And I haven't worked a job in over 9 years. I do online marketing, making money from home. I teach other people how to do the same thing. Good morning, Deborah. I was JC, Lindsay, what do people call you? I did go through his program. That's a coaching program. I spent a year in it. I did promote it for a year. I'm not promoting it now. I have taken a lot of the stuff that I learned. And this Instagram account you're on, I did take some of the things I learned to build this up. I had 3 other Instagram accounts that actually somebody in that group hacked my account, went shopping, ran ads, deleted my account. I had 2 other Instagram accounts that Instagram suspended, and then they didn't rule in my favor. So, and I lost 10 TikTok accounts. I did want to use both platforms. I stayed off of TikTok for quite some time. And then last June of 2024, I started posting 3 videos on TikTok and 3 on Instagram. You can see on Instagram, I'm almost at 100,000 followers. I would be monetized on Instagram, but they discontinued the program. They used to pay people for the videos, the views you get on Reels. They stopped that. I did break 100,000 followers on TikTok. I got monetized over there. They pay me for doing, and I'm live streaming right now multiple places, just not on Instagram. TikTok does pay me for doing these. Um, I do use YouTube right now. In fact, I'm live streaming on YouTube too. I mean, if you're new, I do suggest just pick one platform and do it till you master it. I've been doing this for a long time, so I am on multiple platforms. The ones I do spend the most time on is Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Now, in fact, this morning I did 3 YouTube videos. Well, the first one, I mean, I'm publishing one YouTube video about once a week, and I'm live streaming every day on YouTube. I am on those are the 3 platforms I use the most: TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I have accounts on other platforms, but if you're new, I do suggest good morning, Joe. I do suggest you pick one, if you're new, and do it until you master it. Um, I use a software called Restream, Restream. That's the one I'm using. And they do let you actually you could use the software and live stream up to 30 places. Good morning, Lorena. But I will tell you, if you are live streaming in multiple places, you need a device because if you just go and say say you're on every social media platform and you're live streaming, if somebody asks a question or whatever, you're not going to be able to see it unless you got the means to hire staff to do all that. Because you can't be in multiple places. Because I have Instagram here on my phone, I've got YouTube on my MacBook Pro, and I have been live streaming on Instagram. I think I'm going to go out and buy an iPad, and then I can live stream on all 3 of them. Because if you can't see people posting and asking you questions and stuff, that is the downfall to the software. Now, what I like about Restream is when I'm done and I end this live stream on YouTube, they just go and upload the recording to my channel. It becomes a piece of content, which I mean, unless I delete it, it stays. Now, Instagram only saves these live streams for 30 days. TikTok only saves them for 60. And actually, TikTok, if I'm not mistaken, they don't record the whole thing. It looks to me like they're breaking it down in sections, which I mean, I don't have any control over that if you're using that platform. But you can with Restream. I did see somewhere that I think you can live stream up to 30 places. And there's different levels. That's probably like their highest package because the more places you're live streaming, it is going to cost you. And Restream, you can use a free account and live stream on 2 places. But I'm at this point where I think I want to live stream in 3 places, and an iPad would do that for me because I don't want to buy another phone. I got one phone, I don't need 2. But you do need a and I'm pretty new to live streaming. I mean, I started live streaming on TikTok and YouTube in July. Um, you do need a physical device because if people are commenting, um, you're not going to be able to see it or comment if they got questions. Now, Instagram does show you people are coming on, so you can call people out. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Wedding Casa. Good morning, Morgan. Good morning. Is it Saba? Saba? And I'm not saying that correctly. I apologize. YouTube, you cannot, unless somebody comments on, if they're on your live stream, unless they comment, you can't see that they're there. And Instagram does show you that. Good morning, is it Vera? Good morning, Ray. Good morning, Andy. If you're jumping on, I'd love to know where you're coming in from. If anybody's got any questions, I do online marketing. I'm following a proven blueprint. Good morning to Maria. Good morning, Joseph, that my mentor has used. Good morning, Ray. And she's made $8 million in the last 3 years. This is a proven blueprint. You can get it down to 2 hours a day. My workday is a little longer. It's 3 hours because I'm on multiple platforms, and I spend an hour every day doing these live streams. You can get my free PDF. It's the Freedom Formula Blueprint. If you go to my website, payudaily.com, you will get an email from me with a link with the PDF. You can download and save it. That's yours to keep. Good morning, Leon. Good morning, One Day at a Time. Um, Ray, if you want more information, if you go to my website, payudaily.com, you're on my Instagram account. If you go up to the top of my profile, and in the profile there, there's some writing, and it's a domain name I use, Earn with Linda Bomba. If you click that, that'll take you to my website. Put your email address in. There's 2 videos there. That is my mentor. Watch the videos, read the page. Um, Go through the material. You'll get an email from me with a link with the free PDF. That's yours to keep. You can download it and save it. That's yours to keep. And then if you've got any questions, you can respond back to the email. Maria, the same thing. If you want more info, go to my website. It's payudaily.com, or you are on my Instagram account. If you go up to my profile, there's a domain name there. It says Earn with Linda Bomba. Click on that. That will take you to my website. Put your email address in, watch the 2 videos. That's my mentor. Read the page, you know, be diligent, learn more about what we're doing. You'll get an email from me that has a link with the free PDF. You can click on that, you can download and save it. That is yours to keep. And then if you've got any questions, respond back to the email. Good morning, Uncle Moho. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Diva Derm. Good morning, Roland. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Okay, you'll get an email with the PDF, Ray. That's yours to keep. If you've got questions, you can respond to the email. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Mangold. And the other thing that Instagram and TikTok shows me, I can see people jumping on, and then if you jump off, I see you jumping back on. And people do that. People get on these live streams. They jump on and off. They get on other people's. Good morning, Twin B. Good morning. Is it Joa? Good morning, Daniel. Good morning, Rick. And if you guys are sending me requests to come on, I'm not going to bring anybody on live with me, at least not today. Now, I might invite some people at some point. Good morning, Rick. Good morning, Swaddle. Ray, you're from Connecticut. What part of Connecticut? My one mentor lived in, well, she's from New York. She was from Bristol, Connecticut. She doesn't, I mean, her and her husband split up, and well, she's living in New Orleans now. I mean, she was from New York. I mean, she wasn't too far from her parents, still live in New York. Good morning. Is it Swaddle, Amber? What do people call you? Good morning, Tanka, MWA for life. What does that mean? It's funny how people set these. Maria, I'm in Pennsylvania too. We're in Pennsylvania. I'm near Philadelphia. Good morning, Tom. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. I'm on social media because I do online marketing and making money from home. Yeah, Maria, you do, or you can just go. Well, you're gonna if you go to a browser, you could put my website payudaily.com. Yeah, yeah, you'll leave the live stream to go to my website. Roland, you're from Virginia Beach. Maria, where in Pennsylvania? Good morning, no, Dennis. Yeah, if you want and it's a free PDF, and if you want to take a look at what I'm doing, it is digital marketing where you make 100% profit. We teach you the correct way to use social media. A lot of people are using social media, they're not using it correctly. Good morning, Morgan. You're in California, Coachella Valley. I don't think I've ever heard of that. What's that close to? I've been to San Diego, San Francisco, Anaheim, in California, and I love San Diego. I think it's one of the most beautiful cities. Good morning, Sandy. Right, you're just looking for income. Well, yeah, nobody can live off of Social Security. This is a way you can learn how to use social media, and make money working. And you can get this down to 2 hours a day. Now, if you haven't done this before, you may. It'll probably take you longer than 2 hours when you start. Um, Maria, you're in Glen Olson. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Oh, Glen Olden. Okay, I used to live in Glen Olden like 20 years ago. Good morning, Palm Springs. Okay. And I've been to Napa Valley when I was on vacation. We went to San Francisco. I've been to San Diego a few times, LA. I've been in Anaheim. I do, and I was in one of the times when I was in San Diego. It was January when we were there, and I was shocked that it got down to. I brought my winter coat because I'm flying from the Northeast. It got down to like 40 degrees at night. We went out to dinner, and it was freezing. And I don't know if that's typical in San Diego, that it gets that cold in January. I mean, it gets that cold and colder where I live. Good morning, Bobby. Good morning, SGG NYC. Good morning, Rockin' GRW. Yeah, Morgan, I think if I took my house here, I live in the suburbs outside of the city of Philadelphia. If I took my house here, and my house is not huge, it'd probably be double what I paid. Ray, you decide how much you want to make and what you make, and I can't make any income claims because I don't know you. I don't know your work ethic. I don't know the time and effort you'll put into it. But you can decide. Some people just want to make like an extra 500, $900, $1,000 a month, and then others are making 6, 7 figures. The That it'll dictate how much you make is will dictate the effort you put into it. Now, I do this full time. I started this because I lost my job and I had to find a way to replace that income from a full time job. So, and I've had days in this industry where I've made more money in a day than I made in a whole month when was working a job. And I can't make income claims for anybody, but for me, that's been life changing. You lived in Southern California for 17 years. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I've been in San Diego a few times, and when I was there, it was winter. It was January, except for that one time. I don't know if it was just the weather then, because I don't think it's typical that in January in San Diego it gets down to 40 degrees, but it did when we were there. I was kind of shocked when we went out to dinner to see how cold it was because I don't think that's typical. And like I have family in Las Vegas. I've been in Las Vegas in December and January where it's like 70. And I don't think, I mean, I think Las Vegas has maybe had snow once because it's not typical. Now, if you're up in California in the mountains or in some other parts of Nevada, I guess that's possible. But good morning, Shelley. I was kind of surprised that it got that cold at night, but it did. And it was January. I had a winter coat anyway because I'm flying from I live on the in the Northeast on the East Coast. So I mean, it gets really cold here January. Now today, last night they were saying about the weather that like the next day or two it's supposed to hit 70 here, which not isn't typical in November, and then going get colder. Okay, Ray, the PDF is yours to keep. You can download and save it. It is a proven blueprint. It's my mentor's. She, in fact, and I can't claim this for anybody, in the last 3 years has made $8 million. You can get this down to 2 hours a day because good morning, Mary. Good morning, Cynthia. Good morning, Rob. I mean, it's just not about money. Yeah, I started doing this because I needed a way to replace the income from the job I lost. But it's also about time freedom. Like when I'm done this live, basically I'm done today. Now I was doing some stuff. I did a couple YouTube videos before I got on here. But my day is basically done. Good morning, Tamara. Good morning, Bill. And I need to go do some food shopping. I have time freedom. I don't have to ask anybody if I need time off. If you have a job and you need time off to do something, you've got to ask. Or if you want to take a vacation, you have to ask. And in fact, the job I had that I lost, we had to fill a form out and get it approved if you wanted time off. It seemed like, I mean, it feels like school or prison. And then depending on how long it would take my boss, because like say at the last minute you wanted to take, it was Wednesday and you wanted to take Friday off. You're welcome, Ray. You had to submit that form and then however long she would take. Good morning, Tanya. Good morning, Judy. It's just not about the money. It's about time. Well, actually, it's time freedom, money freedom, and the third thing you get is peace. Good morning, Marlon. Most people will never have one of those things, and there's a lot of people that are. Good morning, Brandon. Already retired. They're collecting Social Security, and you cannot live off of Social Security. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Valesco. And it's my understanding, and depending on when you retire and how much money you were making, because they take that out. I think the earliest you can collect Social Security is 62, anywhere from like 1,600 to I think the most is $2,200. One person can't live off of that. If it's two people and you're collecting $2,200, really hard for two people to live off of $4,400 a month. Good morning, Velasco. Good morning, Uras Turker. Is that your name? What do people call you? And there are people already retired and they're realizing they can't live off of Social Security. There are people that are getting close to retirement and realizing they don't have the money to retire. There's people who've lost their jobs like me. There's people that are having to work 2 or 3 jobs because they can't make ends meet. We have a woman in our community. Her name's Amy. She's a single mom. She was working 2 jobs to support. I think she's got 3 kids, she was having a hard time doing that. She started this and it's digital marketing. Good morning, Joyce. Good morning, Lonnie. She's now doing this full time. She's quit her job. Yeah, it is nice to have options. She's quit those jobs now. I mean, she was exhausted. And at one point, when I still work in a job, I worked a full time and part time job, and I was in school at night. I put myself through school when I worked a full time to get my degree, and you're exhausted. And then when you do get a day off, I know when I would have days off, I would be sleeping into 4 o'clock. I mean, you're so exhausted to do anything. And if you got to, good morning, Levon, good morning, Pickering 847. If you got to, if you don't have time to spend with your kids, do anything you want. And then if you've got other, like laundry, cleaning, grocery shopping, that kind of thing that needs to get done, you're exhausted. In fact, I had a guy that got on my TikTok live that he's a trucker. Good morning, Harris. And he's working 2 jobs. And a lot of people are really hurting. And all the people that are the 42 million people in the United States that are on SNAP benefits, and now they don't have money to buy food. Good morning, Sunny. Good morning, Sola. There was a video. Good morning, AV. There was a woman on TikTok that was at the grocery store and she's standing in the checkout line. Good morning, Tanya. And she's screaming. I mean, she was really upset. You could see the food coming down the belt, the checkout counter, screaming. She's saying, I'm walking out of with all this and I'm not paying for it. I've got 3 kids at home to feed. I mean, people are getting really stressed out. And for people that got cut off with the SNAP benefits, there's just so many people that depend on that to put food on their table. Good morning, Tracy. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. Good morning, country girls. Anybody want to share why you're on social media? Good morning, Pamela. I'm on social media because I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. So, well, I use social media to get traffic, and I've learned, and we teach you the correct way to. I've used social media for free. There's over 5 billion people on social media, and I get them into. I have an automated system, and what I'm doing, I make 100%. Now, there's different business models, digital marketing, or it's also called master resale rights. You buy the resale rights, and the program I'm with, you make 100%. That comes to you now. Any merchant account you use, I love Stripe. Most of the people in our community use Stripe, PayPal, or Square. They will take a percentage of the sale, but everything else comes to you now. If you do affiliate marketing, and I've done all these, a high ticket affiliate marketing or network marketing, they're going to pay you a percentage. Typically, they pay you 20 to 40%. There's a few out there that pay a little bit more than that. You're sharing your profits with the company. And with those business models, not what I'm doing, because digital marketing, the money comes right to you. Those business models, the money goes to the company. And then they put a schedule together when they pay out. They pick the merchant account. You got to use what they use. And affiliate marketing works. And my mentor has taught me on the back end how to make reoccurring income. And a lot of those affiliate programs, like some of the tools I use, have affiliate programs. And I make money from that too. And they pay you a percentage. Good morning, Feroz. Thanks for jumping on. They pay you a percentage. And I've done all of those. And to give you an example, when I was doing high ticket affiliate marketing, because you're sharing your profits with the company. Good morning, Ann. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning, Linda. You're sharing your profit. So when I was doing high ticket affiliate marketing, I had somebody that came through my link. What she bought was $25,000. Now I made 27% of that, which that's 6,200. That's great. I made that in a day. I woke up to that. But the company made over 18,000 from that. And it was all my effort, was the same amount of effort. They didn't do anything, and that went to the company. And when I started thinking about it, good morning, Ivis. Good morning, Mad Mel. I'd rather make 100%. Good morning, Ricardo. Good morning. That to come to me. I mean, you can pick, and there are tools that I use that have affiliate programs that I make money from, and they pay you a percentage. The money goes to the company. But the digital marketing, and now we're launching in Spanish right now. So with the program I'm at, and depending where you come in, you can make $100 a sale, you can make 300, you can make 600, you can make 900, you can make 1,400 a sale. All that comes to you. And then like Stripe does take a percentage. to handle the fee. I mean, you'll never get around that. Any merchant account will take a percentage to handle the transaction that comes into my Stripe account. I love Stripe because Stripe lets me withdraw up to $500 a day. Good morning, Max. And that goes, and it's literally if I withdraw that anything out, that's like 15 minutes. That money's in my bank account. But I like digital marketing. It comes to me directly. And affiliate marketing, network marketing, high ticket affiliate marketing, you're paying a percentage now. I have some of my own products. Well, I don't make money off of the views. I make money when people that you want to build an email list. Yes, you want to use social media, but you don't own your accounts, but you want to build an email list. It's your asset. And then you start generating leads. Now, I do get some sales on first touch, but that's not typical. Now, on platforms, you get monetized, some of them. Now, Instagram used to pay, they stopped doing it. They used to pay for views on your reels. And you can get monetized on all the platforms. They were paying people for that, and then they stopped doing that. I'm not sure why. And they may have some, or be coming out with some other programs. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, and Dowling. They may, I mean, I'm not sure why they stopped doing that. But a lot of the platforms, like I'm monetized on TikTok, they pay me for doing these live streams. They have other ways you can make money. Like they wanted me to put some videos up about Halloween, and that's not what my account's about. And I don't suggest, and I didn't do any videos about Halloween because that's just going to confuse my audience. Um, but you can get monetized now. You have to meet a certain criteria. Good morning, Kim. On TikTok, like you have to have 10,000 followers, and you have had to get 100,000 views over the last 30 days to qualify to apply for it. YouTube has a monetization program. Actually, I've been in that. I'm trying to get back in it. I've actually made over 5 figures with YouTube. They pay you once you get approved to let them run ads, Google ads on your videos. And when people click, they pay you. They're a little different. Like Instagram was paying for views on Reels, but they stopped. Good morning, Mary Lou. Good morning, Janice. Good morning, Katrina. Good morning, Don No 01. What do people call you? And a lot of people, I mean, you need to learn, and you can do paid advertising. And somebody taught me that when I first started this. You can do pay-per-click ads, you can do Facebook ads, you can do solo ads. But if you don't know what you're doing, you can invest a lot of money in paid advertising and not get the results that you want. I mean, that does work. But you learn how to use social media correctly. Like I post if you follow me on Instagram, I post 3 videos every day there. I post 3 on TikTok every day. I'm getting traffic to my system. I've got an automated system that runs for me 24/7. That's how I'm able to make money when I'm sleeping or I'm doing something else, because that's running for me constantly. And I didn't have that when I first started. I didn't know anybody when I started this. And one of the mistakes, and I made this, good morning, Wendy, that people do is they start and you're creating content, and you can get this down to 2 hours a day, posting videos. And with short video now, when I started, I love YouTube too, but there was no short video. You can post short videos on TikTok, Instagram, and get people to opt in. And it's preferable if you give away something free. Like I have it's a free PDF, the free Freedom Formula Blueprint that I give out to people for free in exchange for their email address. Good morning, fans. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning, Ann. And you give away something for free in exchange for their email address. It is preferable. It's not that hard to make a freebie like that. Good morning, Northern Chicken, Texas. Good morning, Dorina. And get them on your email list. Good morning, M. Richards. You want to build an email list because that's the only thing online you really own. You don't own your social media accounts. You can lose them at any time. I had 10 TikTok accounts. One of them had over 200,000 followers that I lost. I had 3 Instagram accounts. Somebody hacked my main one, went shopping, ran ads, and then deleted my account. I had 2 other Instagram accounts. Instagram did not rule in my favor. I lost those. And both TikTok and Instagram, if I wanted to use those platforms, I had to start again from zero, but I know what to do. Because last June of 2024, I started another account on TikTok, and this account that you're on right now on Instagram, I started posting 3 videos a day. I'm over 100,000 followers on TikTok. I'm close to 100,000 on Instagram. I did get monetized on TikTok. I would be monetized on Instagram, but they don't do that. And if they're going to come out with something else, I don't know. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning, Saint Susie. Good morning, Barbara. Good morning, Lorna. So you can monetize, and like the money I make from TikTok is an income stream. Good morning, Chad. You can create multiple, and I when I had a job, good morning, Gerard, I never thought about having multiple streams of income until I started doing this. I had one job. I lost that job. That was my only stream of income, and I was basically screwed. I didn't have a backup plan. I didn't have a partner to fall back on. Good morning, Lorna. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Avenue Road Tailing. Um, and I ended up, I couldn't find a job, worst job market ever. And I was broke, unemployed, in foreclosure, and drowning in $250,000 of debt. I do, if I do pick one, and I would say to you TikTok because it's the easiest platform to learn. And I say that because I've seen people in this industry that have never gotten any results get on TikTok and get leads and sales. I mean, I love YouTube, but YouTube is a search engine engine. You got to learn SEO. And Instagram, and and I've been on Instagram now for a few years, and I did go. Somebody asked me, there's a program, his guy's name's Philip, it's his coaching program. I spent a year in that learning from him. And he teaches you how to get viral videos. Now, viral videos are great, but you just don't want to be posting that kind of content. I've learned that now because I have a video on my TikTok account. I mean, it's basically what he teaches you about Instagram. It's the same for videos on any platform, but there's a lot of other things on Instagram you can learn. But if you're brand new and you've never done this before, my recommendation, and you should pick something you like too, because if you don't like it, you're not going to stick with it. But I do think TikTok's the easiest platform. Good morning, Bossy Sun. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Dina. Good morning, Charlie. Um, I've seen people in this industry who've never gotten any results get on TikTok and get leads and sales. And you're doing short video. And my mentor, now that I've been working with her for over a year and a half, is teaching me you really want to create different kinds of content. I have a video I put on Instagram and TikTok about 3 different kinds of content you should be creating because the viral videos are great. And that one video, I've got over 2.2 million views. I've got over 42,000 comments on it. Um, yeah, you get all those views, the followers, and all that, but they don't create connection and or relatability. And connection equals currency. So you don't just want to be posting. I still do post some videos that what I learned in that program, but I've been mixing it up doing it because she's totally right. I mean, she's made $8 million in the last 3 years. Success leaves clues. You want to model what's already proven to work. And if I put a video up about my story, which I've been doing that, I'll get some views on that, but that's not going to get a million views. And that's great and all that. And I've had other videos I put on Instagram and TikTok. I've gotten over a million views, over 2 million views. It doesn't necessarily, a lot of views don't mean a lot of money. Somebody could have a million followers on a platform, and that doesn't mean they're making a lot of money. In fact, there's people that have less followers than I do, and they're making more money. It's really the people you're creating connections with. Good morning, Mari, Dennis. Good morning, Melanie. Good morning, Formy. Gloria I'm just going to call you Gloria. Some of the names that people put on here, but you want to create different kinds of content and storytelling and marketing. I've said this so how many times on these lives. I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. I was broke, unemployed, in foreclosure. I was drowning in $250,000 of debt. I had no idea how I was going to get myself out of this mess. At one point I was cutting mold out of food because I was so broke. Linda, you should appreciate your education on these platforms. I need to leave your video right now. Do you share advice daily around this time? I'm going to be live streaming on Instagram at 10 a.m. every day. So I'll be here again tomorrow. Good morning, Larry. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Francis. I've been doing these on TikTok and YouTube, but I'm having some issues with TikTok. And in fact, they blocked me and I couldn't go do any live streaming. But I think what I'm going to do is because I have audience over there. I am on my MacBook Pro on YouTube. I'm on YouTube too. I think I'm going to buy an iPad, which if you're live streaming in more than one place, and then I can live stream on all 3 platforms at once. But I am going to be live streaming on Instagram at 10 a.m. every day. So if you want to join me, you're welcome to. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning, Brenda. If you're jumping on, good morning, Swan. Let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. If anybody wants my free Freedom Formula Blueprint, good morning, Bert. Good morning, Ed. You can go to my website, payudaily.com. The PDF is free. It's a blueprint working 2 hours a day that we're using. You can get this down to 2 hours a day, but you need to be focused on specific activities. Um, Dawn, no, 01, you're from New York. Good morning, Pat. Um, I get people, good morning, Evolve 222. I get people from all over the world on these. Literally, I mean, I've had I had two different people on my TikTok live that are from two different people from Ethiopia. Get people from Nigeria, Ethiopia, South Africa, United Kingdom. I do have a customer from Sweden. So this is global. And if you are promoting something and you're using social media, you want it to be global. Good morning. Is it Mary Dennis? You're from Port Richey, Florida. Good morning, Mona. Good morning, Peachy. Good morning, Brenda. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning, Bobby. Love to know why you're on social media. I mean, the one question I haven't asked today, and when I ask it, nobody seems to want to answer it, is how much time a day do you spend on social media? And I have had two guys that have gotten on these live streams with me, that both of them did say to me that they spend 6 hours a day on social media. It can be addicting. Now, I spend about 3 hours, but an hour of this, good morning, Moni, I'm doing these live streams. I'm making money. My time is productive. Good morning, Tia. Good morning. My website is payudaily.com. If you're on my Instagram account, if you go up to the top of my profile, there's a bio there. There's a domain, Earn with Linda Bomba. If you click on that, that will take you to my website, or you can just go to your browser and put in payudaily.com. Don Noah, when you spend all day on social media, well, my whatever to you is, why not get paid for it? Because I mean, the scrolling, I do think the scrolling can get addicting. I mean, there's a lot of things going on social media that you can watch. Um, but I mean, and I had two other guys that tell me they spend 6 hours a day. Why not get paid for it? Um, Podcast, I don't know about that because I've never done them. Probably, but I can't say that for sure. I don't podcast. And actually, I can't think of somebody off the top of my head that podcast. You'd like to find something that works, but well, I mean, this does work, and this industry, okay, it's the home-based business industry, in case anyone doesn't know. Um, well, actually, you have to, I mean, if you want to learn how to do this, and I'm using social media for free. Like I've had days on TikTok where I've gotten over 400 leads. It is a high income skill. You can learn it in 2 weeks, but you're not going to master it in 2 weeks. You have to start doing it every day. If you're going to buy a course or sign up for a program, and most people don't do anything. I've seen people buy a course or program and do nothing. You have to actually start going through it, and the consistency. And when I say you got to do stuff every day, I mean 7 days a week. And if you're not doing that, I mean, I'm not smarter than anybody. Believe me, I got a learning disability. I got ADD. My reading comprehension's at like an 11th grade level, way below a college level textbook. But I work harder than most people. You have to show up every single day, and that's 7 days a week. You can do most of this from your phone. Now, there are some things I can't do from my phone. Like this morning, I recorded a couple YouTube videos. They're screen sharing videos. I'm teaching something. But if you're not consistent and you're using, I mean, yeah, but I mean, on YouTube, I've taken 10 courses on YouTube. I mean, you can't do this by yourself. I spent a year somehow. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Colorado Dookie. Good morning, Trey. I spent a year. Somehow I knew people were making money on the internet. I think it was God telling me. Good morning, Dana. I literally went to Google. I searched make money online. I bought a website. They sent me a 3-page PDF about how to set up pay-per-click ads. It was a replicated website, which you never want to send traffic to. I was setting up pay-per-click ads. I had no idea what I was doing. I spent $3,000 in pay-per-click ads. I didn't make any money. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have training. I didn't have a system. And I knew after a year I needed to get around somebody who had done what I wanted to do. And coaching's one thing and mentoring something else. If you join somebody like in an affiliate program or a network marketing program or digital marketing, where that person can mentor you, But most people don't do anything. I mean, you can't, and you're saying you want to find something that works. The reason, and there is, truthfully, there's a 95% failure rate in this industry. It's probably more like 98%. But I've been doing this long enough. Most people don't do anything. I had somebody, she bought something from me that it was a subscription a month. It was $179 a month. And that particular program, the company's not around anymore. She was paying $179 a month. She never logged in. And people do that. If you're serious about doing this, get a course, get a program, get around somebody, and then you have to go through the training. You got to implement it. Execution's key. It's just watching videos isn't going to make you money. Dana says, I really need to do this. I'm a retirement age. I want to spend more time with my grandchildren. Well, Dana, if you want to go, I encourage you, check it out. Go to my website, go to payudaily.com, put your email address in. There's 2 videos, watch both of them. That's my mentor. Read the page. So you want, learn what we're doing. It's digital marketing where you make 100% profit. You will get an email from me where that's the first email. In the first email, there's a link that's got a link to a free PDF. That's the blueprint, the 2-hour workday we're doing. You can download and save it. That's yours to keep. Check it out. And then if you've got questions, respond back to my email. I do check my email every day. And I started doing this was 14 years ago in August. I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. I had to find. Now, for me, one of the reasons this has worked is, and if you're coachable and you're consistent, because the consistency is really important. I had to make this work. I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. Worst job market ever. People were getting like 1,500 applications for one job. After a year of me applying to jobs, I got a total of 3 jobs. I've never had trouble getting a job. And and I just couldn't. The one I eventually did find was $12.50 an hour in a call center. I took that because I needed the money. And then I wasn't at that job that long. I lost that. They laid off just about everybody. But I had to make this work. And it's not, it really is simple. It's simple, but not easy. And simple and easy aren't the same thing. We have a woman in our community. We've got over 57,000 people. She was working she's a single mom. She was working 2 jobs to make it, ends meet. She never had any time to spend with her kids. And I've worked 2 jobs and I went to school at the same time. It's exhausting. And she didn't have any time to spend with her kids or do anything. She started this. Now she's left both those jobs. And I can't make any income claims for anybody. She's making more money doing this than she was at the jobs. She's got time to spend with her kids. She's not exhausted all the time. But you decide how much you want to make. Now, there's a lot of people I talk to that are living on Social Security. You can't live off of Social Security. Depending on when you retired and how much money you were making, and they take. When I was working a job, they take money out of your check every week for Social Security. You're getting anywhere from $16 to like $2,200 a month. Nobody can live off of that. And even if it's a couple and you're both getting 2,200, that's 44 a month. I think that's really hard for 2 people to live off of. At least if it's 2 people, if you're single, trying to live off of 1,600, 1,800, $22 a month, you can't do it. It's just not enough money. And we have people in our community that a lot of people over 50. We have people from 18 and even some people in their 80s in our community that they're retired and they can't live off of Social Security. Nobody can live off of that. And you can make extra income. You can decide how much you want to make. That's up to you. And there's people, everybody has different, like the woman I was telling you, she did leave her job, but there's some people, we have another woman in there, and she's got grandchildren. She was doing DoorDash, and she'd make doing DoorDash about $1,800 a month. And she's had days where she's actually made $1,800 in a day. And I can't make any kind of income claims for anybody because I don't know you. I don't know the time and effort you'll put into it. If you don't do any work, I can guarantee you're not going to make any money, because the people, myself included, that are making money, it's because we're coachable, we're consistent. We put in the work, and there is work involved, although you can get this down to 2 hours a day. My work day is about 3 hours because I'm on multiple platforms. I started doing these live streams and you don't have to live stream. This is a powerful marketing strategy, and I'm really new to it. Started doing live streams in July. I spend an hour every day. That's part of my workday, is an hour doing these, because I started doing these in mid-July. I started on TikTok and YouTube. I'm going to stick now with Instagram, but I'm probably going to go out and buy an iPad so I need another device so I can simultaneously just not live stream on Instagram and YouTube, but TikTok at the same time. And I do have software that allows me to do that. I've been on YouTube for a long time. I got on YouTube in 2013. YouTube's a different animal, and there was somebody else on here. I think he got off of this. Um, which is what would I suggest? I mean, I do suggest you pick one platform. I do think TikTok's the easiest, and I say that because I've seen people in this industry who've never gotten any results get on TikTok and get leads and sales. Okay, Dawn No oh 01. Okay, you're gonna stop procrastinating. I'm not sure what people call you, but because your handle says Dawn Daun known oh 01. I don't think that can be your name. Maybe that's what people call you. Good morning, Oscar. Good morning, Helly. Good morning, Oscar. Well, actually, I've said that twice. Good morning, Oliver. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. And I did commit to doing a da. Okay. That's what people call you. Good morning, Anika. And there's are on like TikTok, people don't put their names on unknown. I'm not sure what that means. Good morning, Cody. Um, People on TikTok don't put their names. And if you do that and you set up an account on TikTok, they just sign you a user number. It says user, and then it's a really long number. Um, So, yeah, and if anybody wants to like my live, I'd appreciate it. That helps my live stream out. And TikTok, I mean, TikTok has some cool things, but you want to pick one platform. Good morning, Joy. And I do recommend. Good morning, Harsha. If you're going to do this and you've got an account, it doesn't matter if it's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and you've used it for scrolling, and you want to use it to do something to promote something. I do recommend you just set up a whole new account because you have to train the algorithm, and there's algorithms in all of them. If you are using an account, you're scrolling on, and you're jumping on different kinds of lives, different kinds of videos, looking different kinds of things up, the algorithm's not going to know what to send you because you're all over the place. So you do want to pick one. Good morning, Lorna. Have to go phone flat. See you tomorrow. Congratulations on persevering. Keep posting. Bless you. Thank you. Good morning, Sue. I mean, there's a woman that I met. Her name is Lisa. I met her 10 years ago, and she was in this industry for 18 years, and she made 20 bucks. 20 bucks, and it was from a friend of hers. She was a network marketing company from a friend of hers that bought something. Good morning, Sue. There's two Sues, because she felt sorry for her. And today she posted recently, she had a custom house built that she had paid it in cash. She bought a brand new Mercedes. She put a picture of the house and the car on Facebook saying she paid cash for those and that she'll be able to put all her kids through college and pay for it. And she didn't quit. Most people are going to quit. We have people that come in our group and say, I've been doing this for 3 weeks. I'm not making any money. Well, I didn't make any money the whole first year I did this. It took me 6 years, and I'm just being transparent, 6 years to have my first 4-figure day, 7 years to have my first 5-figure month. Good morning, Juan. Good morning, A. Pazan. What do people call you? I didn't quit. And I've had days where I've made more money in a day than I made in a whole month when I was working a job. Good morning, BJ. For me, that's been life-changing. This industry can change your life. It's changed mine. It's changed so many other people. But if you don't show up and do the work and consistency and being coachable are a piece of it, and it is work. You can get this down to 2 hours a day. If you're going to learn something new, you have to invest time and money into it. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Jeff. Why people think, I mean, it takes a doctor 7 to 10 years before they get into a position where they could get a job making 6 figures. I don't know why people think. We have people that come post in our group. I've been doing this for 3 weeks and I haven't made any money. I mean, I did not make any money the first year I did this. And then after that, I mean, I started making a little money. I've been transparent. It took me 6 years to have my first 4-figure day and 7 years to have my first 5-figure month. You decide what you want to make. If you just want to make it some extra money and maybe you have a job you love, but most of the people I talk to, people that are being honest. Good morning, Margaret. Good morning, JR. Well, I'm gonna call you JR. I get traffic from my social media accounts, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. They go to my website. because you want to build an email list. I mean, the views really don't matter. Um, Go to my website. They put their email list address in. There's a videos there and a page about what I'm doing. They get on my email list. You want to build an email list, and a lot of people aren't doing that because that's the only thing you own on social media. And then I have a series that's automated of emails. I've got like 33 right now that go out automatically. And you want to keep putting the same what you're doing in front of people because not everybody's going to buy on first touch. Now, I do get some sales on first touch, but that's not typical. I don't sell the emails. The program I'm in, they do. You can have it all set up for you. Now, it costs like $39 or $69 to get a website built. And it's a sales funnel, you need a website and you need a sales funnel. If you pay them, they will give you the emails. There's training in the program that we give you the emails. You got to load those emails into your auto. You need a tool. The most essential tool if you're doing this is called an autoresponder. It's software to do email marketing. And that's how, I mean, I could be sleeping. I got people going to my website, putting their email address in, and those emails go out automatically. They're scheduled. Now, when somebody initially goes, they get an email right away. And then I have mine scheduled every day. I've got 33 of them that those emails keep going out. And to give you an example, I had a woman, she got on, and it was a lead I got from my TikTok account. She got on my email list. I did talk to her a few times on TikTok, and then she bought something from me in July. Most people are not going to buy on first touch. If you think about your own buying habits, and yeah, I do get sales on first touch, but that's not typical. Good morning, Will. Good morning, Ewan. Good morning, Instaguy. And when I first started this, I didn't know anybody. I didn't have anybody to ask. I mean, I was doing paid advertising. I was paying for those pay-per-click ads that I was running. I had no idea what I was doing. They sent me a 3-page PDF how to set them up. I did that for a year. I spent $3,000. I didn't make any money. You never want to send traffic to a replicated website. It's digital marketing. It's the e-learning industry, which Forbes for the last 3 years have been saying it's the biggest industry. It does, at least $1 trillion a day, and expected over the next 3 years to grow, 3 or 4 times that. The digital marketing. We're teaching you how to use and you need to and the people that are successful here, it's not about the views you get, it's not about the followers, or any of that. It's mindset and skill set, and you have to master both. Now, I was sharing with you how I lost 10 TikTok accounts, I lost 3 Instagram accounts. I've mastered that skill. I know what to do to build another account. And last June I started on this account that you're on Instagram, and an account on TikTok. I posted 3 videos every day since last June of 2024. You can see I'm almost at 100,000 followers on Instagram. I would be monetized and being paid for video views on my reels, but they stopped that program, which that's their call. I am monetized on TikTok. They pay me for doing these live streams, and it's another stream of income, but I have that skill. Now, if I would lose an account again, which I hope I don't, because I started these accounts again from zero, I have that skill. It's the skills you master, nobody can take away from you. It's not about views. It's not about followers. Somebody could have 1 million views. And what my mentor has taught me, viral videos are great. I've done a bunch of them. Good morning, Christina. Good morning, Thomas. But they don't create a connection with people. You want to be creative, and if you can master storytelling, that's another thing I'm working on in marketing. You can set yourself completely free, and that's another skill. And if you only really have to get really, really good at one thing, and you can make a lot of money in this industry. It's mindset and skill set, and the mindset's a big piece of it. If you're not feeding yourself good stuff every day, your mind. I'm not talking about food. Good morning, Thomas. Good morning, Farconde, and I'm not even going to try that. Because most of us, and when I got into this industry, I had a broke mindset. And the people that keep going around, and how many people I talk to every single day, they say, I'm broke, I don't have the money. This, that, or the other thing. What you plant in your mind is what you get. It's your birthright to be wealthy. God didn't mean it's my birthright to be wealthy for anybody to be broke, or living in poverty. And yet so many people are. Right, you get well, with the thing I'm doing, you get master resale rights. You can sell it over and over again. You make 100% profit. And there was somebody else on here earlier that I was explaining to. There's different business models. There's affiliate I've done all of them. Affiliate marketing, network marketing, high ticket affiliate marketing, where they pay you, the money all goes to the company. They pay you a percentage. Typically, they pay 20 to 40%. There's some that pay more, but that's typical 20 to 40%. They make a schedule when they pay you out. The money all goes to the company, and then they'll pick a wallet, how they'll pay you. They make the schedule. They usually set a limit, like you have to earn so much before you'll get paid. Like it might be 50 bucks. It depends on the program. They give you training. The person you sign up with should mentor you. Some people don't. And you sell their products. Now, like I have some of my own products. You can create your own products. And like mine are about TikTok, how I've gotten I've gotten over, I'm probably close to now over 500,000 followers on TikTok with no paid ads. You're selling knowledge. You're taking, and if you don't have any, well, if you don't have any knowledge or skill, like if there's people that sell coaching, they do their own coaching, like and people want to lose weight. There's people that coach people who want to lose weight. There's tons of people who want to lose weight and they're willing to pay somebody to help them with it. So somebody has that skill. I mean, you can't, if you don't have a skill in something and you want to be, and I'm going to end this in a couple minutes because I got to go. Um, you you want to be in there's three niches. The three biggest niches are the wealth niche, to make money online niche, that's my niche, the health niche, fitness, weight loss, and then the dating relationship niche. There's a ton of people that want to lose weight, and there's people that do coaching. That's another, you can sell coaching about something, if you're skilled about something, that you can pay people to pay you. Like I know a guy who he does Facebook ads and he's very good at, he charges like $2,000 an hour and people will pay him that much because he's that good. And Facebook ads are a skill you have to master. They work. There's a lot of moving parts with them. If you don't know what you're doing, you can get your account shut down. You may not even be able to get an ad approved. And maybe you can put one up and it gets approved, but it is a skill you have to master. Now I've haven't used Facebook ads a lot, but there's a lot of people that's how they get traffic and they're paying for it. I'm posting content on social media, and I've generated tens of thousands of leads doing this, getting people into on my email list. And then when you start building an email list, you can send an email out. You can learn how to write emails, and that's copywriting. That's another skill, and make money. Like I know somebody she's been doing this for 25 years. I've seen her. She sits down, takes 15 or 20 minutes and writes an email and can make $15,000. It's skill. And as Dr. Doug Fireball has said to me, this industry is mindset and skill set, and he's right. And the mindset stuff can really, if you're not working on your mindset, it can really screw you up because most people get so stuck in that that a lot of people just never do anything. Anybody can do this. It's simple, but it's not easy, and simple and easy aren't the same thing. Okay, people. So I'm going to end this. I committed to an hour. It's over an hour. I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. I appreciate you getting on, and I will see you again tomorrow.